guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amma if you're new here. In this video I'm going to be sharing a few things I wish someone had told me in my 20s. Today I am 29, virtually knocking on the doors of 30, and for some reason I wish someone had pulled me aside and said, you know what, don't do it. If this is something that you can relate with, make sure you subscribe, and at the end of the video share it with anyone that you feel that this video can help. So 20s, I feel like, and this is my opinion, your 20s are the years that I feel like you need to experiment with and make all the mistakes that you have to make, because the older you get, there's less room for error. So things I wish I knew in my 20s. Number one is that you cannot please everyone. Listen, life is too short to make decisions, and especially life decisions based on how someone else feels. And for me personally, I can think about the fact that I wish I had the courage to voice out how I felt to my parents, particularly in the area of choosing things like a program to do in high school. I wish I had the courage to tell my dad that I didn't want to do the program that he asked me to do in Motown. And for some reason, I would say things turned out for the best in the end, but I wish I just had that voice to say I'm not comfortable. I just didn't voice out how I felt. Second thing I wish I knew in my 20s is stop spending time trying to find your purpose. Listen, your purpose is not hidden in any tree or under any bed in your house. You find your purpose when you do what you love, and I wish I knew this, because for a long time, you know, when someone says you need to find your purpose, you think you're supposed to do extraordinary things to find your purpose, when all you need to do is do what you love. When you follow your heart and you stop spending time thinking but just doing, it will lead you to your purpose. Moving right along, things I wish I knew in my 20s. Number 3 is to spend time behind the scene. It's not about being secretive, it's just taking time for yourself to build and to master your craft. Not everything has to be announced, especially when it is in the infancy stage. So simple, spend time behind the scenes. Number 4, stop comparing yourself with others. I don't know how else to say this. I think that because of social media, we have a whole world in front of us, and it's so easy to compare your life with 1 second of what someone has captured and put on Instagram. Meanwhile, you don't know the story behind that picture. So why are you comparing yourself? And also, I think that because of social media, it is easy to not count what you have as a blessing. Someone puts out the latest car out there, and all of a sudden you start to belittle what you have. So I wish I knew in my 20s not to compare myself with others, and just be grateful for everything that I have. Number 5, save. My first income during my national service, I blew it.
Bankrupt, like no money on my card.
Because I felt like it wasn't enough to put some aside, but I wish I had taken a little percentage, even if it's just 10% of that little earning, and put away in a bank. And then when it comes to monies that I received as gifts from friends and families,
donations, more gifts.
I wish I had put something aside. Looking back now, if I had done that, I believe that the story would be different. But I treated those monies as extra money in my hands I can use for whatever I want. So make sure you save, and you save as much as you can. Number 6, fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Like, love every bit of you, and even whilst you're going through the changes that you are making, embrace it all. Just love yourself. You don't need any kind of validation from anybody. Like, no one has to tell you how to feel. No one should validate how you feel. Fall in love with yourself. On to number 7, ask for help. This is one area that I find very difficult to do. For as long as I can remember, I have struggled with asking people for help. I always feel like I'm bothering you if I approach you to ask for help. So now I'm beginning to realize that my energy can't do everything. So I need to ask for help to clean, help to figure out my day. Just ask for help. Truth is, there are a lot of people who really want to help but are just waiting for you to say, you know what, please help me. The next thing I wish I knew in my 20s is that I don't need to explain myself. You don't need to explain yourself when you're making money moves. You don't need to explain yourself when you're making moves in general. You just don't need to explain yourself. You owe nobody an explanation.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
Stop explaining yourself, especially to people who have no control over your life. And finally, I wish someone had told me that everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. And that my 20s are the years that I will make mistakes, but I'm supposed to learn from those mistakes and pick myself up and move on. Everything will be okay. I feel like life is only just beginning for a lot of us, and we are all trying to figure out ourselves. So don't be too hard on yourself for mistakes that you made in the past. The most important thing is that we hopefully make it better in the future. So those are the few key lessons I wish I knew in my 20s. And I know I'm not alone. I'm sure that some of you can relate, and most of you have different experiences from your past as well. What I want you to do is to go into the comments and just write down one thing, just one thing you have learned over the past decade, and I'm sure it will be helpful to me and to others as well. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I strongly feel like this is the first of many such videos to come. I enjoyed talking about life in my little corner. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.